Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4's World Ablaze mod. I'm greatly enjoying it. I really am. There are issues I have, and we're going to be talking about some of them here as we get started with this episode. But the dramatic thing is we have City Barani here cut off. We have the British in something of a bad position. We're going to see if we can push down here like this. We can push these 3 divisions. They're coming up here. Yeah, this looks good. They're pushing, those 3 pushing from the back there, helping the Italians out. What happened to Europe? Well, Germany happened, and it has conquered a lot. Right. Okay. Well, good things to report about the mod that I'm seeing here. And hello, Arno, my friend. Good to have you here as well. And some, disputes, but, no one's ever going to completely agree on everything. Okay, one thing I want to do here, and I was playing a little bit last night. 80. We need to build up the stocks of fuel more. And hello, Eric. We're not always going to agree upon things. Now, like I say from the beginning, I get the idea of political power as in making sure you just can't spam everything out. I get that. One of the things I vehemently disagree with, and this isn't aimed at World Ablaze, though they can, of course, sort of fix things if they wish, is filling out the cabinet posts originally, and a lot of the manufacturers I think should be done. So long as pick the most historical 1936 start for these guys, and Wilhelm Frick would be a reasonable 1936 start. I know they've changed it in the current. And hello, okay, 12. How you doing? From Ribbentrop to von Roth, who was it? So, but we've had to fill this out. So this is, these various cabinet things. So this is costing us political power. And I don't know if Uncharted feels that we should either have partially empty cabinet, or we should be delaying some of these decisions because we do not have enough political power. Well, I'm going to do this. And this is not the multiplayer game. Yes, this is called cheating. When I don't like to do cheating, I like to play the game as it's meant to be played, but when I think it's enough broken, and I'm going to use that term, I will do it. Okay. So we now have political power. We now can do more decisions. It just seems like I'm just struggling to have any political power. I mean, and then the cost of things. Hold field marshal ceremony, which I'm really glad that Uncharted has put these into the game. Hold Versailles Avenge speech. Well, I really don't know the particulars of the speech. I don't know most of Hitler's speeches particulars, but I do know that, and this is after the defeat of uh, France. I do know they held a massive parade with huge, huge population. I mean, hey, Extreme Finger. Yes, get the FBI. Hello, Extreme Finger. Um, we'll get to attacking Stalin soon enough. Yep, after winter. Um, Huge victory parade, mass. I mean, okay, the parade itself, what of troops was pretty damn large, but what was huge was the populace attending it. I mean, looked like hundreds of thousands, and I do mean multiple hundreds of thousands attending it from the films that I've seen. Well, video of the films, but whatever. Um, Now, should that take 25? Half of the disruption, or no, quarter of the disruption of changing a minister, which, is a major disruption to government? Maybe, but I don't think so, And so this is why I'm cheating all this extra political power in. And holding a ceremony in which, okay, we'll get a bunch of people, Albert Kesselring, promoted to Field Marshal, Gunther von Klug, Wilhelm Lest, and Reichenau will be promoted to Field Marshals. So we'll lose them as operational commanders. So, yes, we're going to do that, and we're going to do that. So, I guess I'm thinking that actually the Versailles speech, instead of costing you political power, I know it increases stability, and that's a big thing. But I could see that, victory in over France giving you 200 political power. Just simply that would be a big victory here. And we're going through a few of these. Here, okay, 54, setting up the Poland, and they call it Poland so that you guys know what it was called, but it's really important to mention this. It was called the General Government. That was it. It never had, and again, this isn't a criticism, it's just so people understand, who are playing the game who don't know. They did not refer to it by any term that would be Poland, Polish, or whatever. It was just the general government because they wanted to erase Poland. So we'll set that up. And hello, Ghost of Death. How you doing? What we're researching? Well, I can give you a quick look at that currently. We are refining oil, field hospital 2s, newer 109s, assembly line, signal company, construction 4, excavation 4. So we're pushing along there. So they really wanted to erase Poland, and that's a big thing. Now, another thing which I do agree. Now, I would have done this earlier, except you're just not having political power enough built up. But going from Wilhelm Frick to Heinrich Himmler as cabinet minister, we will do that too. Yeah, well, we'll get to some of the production stuff here, Arno. We are having, like they had historically, we're having issues of raw materials. So let's continue to go down here. Now here I found this reopen. I was sort of waiting for an event to happen, but no political power here though. For 21 days, it does cost, without a decision going on, it's 3 political power per day. But with a decision that reduces it, what, 1 or 2 or 1.5 political power. So again, it eats into your political power, which, yeah, okay, that does sort of make sense for opening up trade with Sweden. It takes some here. Now, so I I'm not criticizing that. It's just that's good to get the trade going back with Sweden now that we control Norway. Now here, this is something here that is untenable. I think here. This is a straight up criticism. This requires this emergency political power of 100 political power. You need to be at war, but you need 100 command power to do it. Well, right now, we are unable to, no longer how long I sit here, to ever have more than 95 command power. And we can see here, because we've allocated it out to various military leaders here. I know that this is a new sort of system within, the base game, but since this is a sort of total conversion mod, I don't like this. I don't like, you know, why does having Hermann Goering in charge of the Luftwaffe pull permanently, or until he's removed, so permanently throughout the game, because he was there until the end of the war, and then they get von Grimm in the last, month of the war or something. Um, that's 30 command power is pulled away from the game. So any event, any decision that needs command power of more than 100 or more is out. Um, right now. But that's 30 for him. And Brauhitsch, who was historically there, in his job, that's another 20, that's 50. Okay, now if we, I don't know if you're having, I've thought about this, and I know they've broken industry sort of in between economics minister and transport minister. And yeah, they're just sort of titles, but these are two different sets of industrial types here. Okay. We know Joseph Goebbels was a minister of propaganda. Should there be a ministry of propaganda slot for all, at least major nations? Should there, you just make it for all nations, but some nations maybe just don't have a minister for propaganda. They could either represent a minister, or, like, I don't know, in the Soviet Union, would it be more of a bureau? I don't know if they really had a vibrant, minister of propaganda in it, but just my ignorance. But I could see, if you're not going to create each major cabinet post here, because, Minister of the Interior, which is set up to be which was in many cases, not in the United States. See, I know it's generally called Minister of the Interior is a security minister, but I could see something like propaganda, education, something that isn't foreign ministry, which we don't really, well, we have here. Yes, obviously we have foreign ministry here. But, it's not foreign ministry. It's not intelligence, which is intelligence minister. But sort of, I think the term that I use, because I did create a cabinet thing that I made long ago for this. I just called it domestic minister, I think is what it was. That would grab, you could sort of pick whether you wanted, like a propaganda minister, or a education minister, which would boost research, or whatever. You got to pick some of them. But I've often thought about either here or some of these is sort of superpositions, meaning combining multiples of these, but not, say, 100% of the ones. And you know, so instead of 10% bonus on fighters and attackers, or 10% bonus on tactical bombers and transports, a super ministry might have like 5% bonus, 5% bonus, and 5% bonus or something, or whatever, from several of these things. So it's sort of a Heinkel, Messerschmitt, Dornier, Focke-Wulf, whatever combined thing, but it's not as strong in any one role, but it's bigger. Something like that, because you don't want to have everything maxed out, maybe. That might take command power, or if you were having, some super general here doing some super work, I could see, because even if you come down here, look, if I were to stick on a naval minister, whether I want to do surface capital ships or subs, that's going to be 15 or 20 more command points. I know I'm sort of ranting about this, but I think it's important to evaluate the game slash mod, and that's sort of what I'm doing here. And I need to stop it. And those of you wanting to keep playing, I need to sort of micromanage this battle out here, and I can't do that and show you all of these things and talk about them. So we're staying on this. Let's see what I want to catch up on some of the chat here. If they have decisions that goes automatic to failed state, if you get France in like 2 months into the war, you get political power. Yeah, something like that, or by a certain time. Question for the chat: is it better or contemporary from the same year, and why? Yeah, I don't know aircraft well enough. I know that is a very interesting chat. Between the 109 and 190s, they were very good competitors. I would probably take a Tiger II going close quarters with enemy aircraft. Okay, goes to death. I don't know if that quite depends on which role. Yeah, I just don't know aircraft well enough to know. I do know why they made both. One was an inline engine, the 109, and that is one set of engine manufacturing techniques. And the uh, I keep saying the wrong one. The not I keep saying rotary just because it goes around. It's not a rotary engine. The other type of engine that's constructed a different way is to take the other engine style. Boy, not thinking right. So we have here. So I'm disagreeing with either emergency political power. Oh, so to get this emergency political power 100, this is the reason this is so bad, is I have to dismiss a minister, which is going to cost me political power. So that's no net gain if not a net loss. So that to me is just silly to have that thing there. Now, what we're going to do here is, let's see, we're going to need it here, I think. So, we have rebalance the industry here. We have more than 50% economic fatigue. This will help us here and as well. So we're going to do this and stability now. I don't think reduce workers hours, factory output moderately decreases that by that. Output, factory output, dockyard output. I think I want to do this to reduce, along with that, economic fatigue. So we're going to do that. Hello, Dan. How you doing? Invest in some more. Oh, that's a good thing. Yes. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. I'm really not used to playing this as much as. I mean, this is it's been a while since I played this. So we can also do this. Thank you. I will do so. 50 again. Should this be, I understand, spamming stuff out, but okay, Series A bonds, um, massive reduction. So we'll do that as well. All right. So we need to have the clock tick a little bit, but I want to watch this. Okay. Here we do. Report that attack. So they're down to almost no division. Keep pushing there. Okay, you guys. Well, the infantry division, or the motorized infantry divisions, keep pushing along the coast. Okay, this. Push into there. If Rommel and Guderian together can do work his magic, you guys push on that too, just as a counter push. I know you're going to collapse quickly, but hopefully reduce pressure. Fortunately, we run into some armor here. That division, this division. We don't want to give these guys even a moment's peace. We want to trap as much as we can there. That way. Yeah, I use the gas. In those forces there. Okay, we've broken these. We just get down before reinforcements get in. Keep moving, keep moving. We've got one here. Keep going. Keep going. I know you're gonna. Oh shit. Come on. You're doing so well. Okay. Come on, reinforce, reinforce. Okay, Italy's pushing on those guys. Good. Reinforce. Okay, okay, excavation. Alright, well, we've let the clocks move, which I needed to do here. Well, let's get rid of the noise, zoom out here. Yeah, we're almost to 41, so let's start researching there. Now that we have Himmler, again, I sort of play tested this a little bit, and that's sort of what we're doing as Interior Minister here. We can fire this, finally. This should have fired well before now, but I just didn't have him in there. So now we have Liebstandart SS Adolf Hitler as a motorized sort of super regiment there, which is what it was at this point. We have Das Reich, sort of another motorized super regiment, which really should be a bit more of a division, I would say. proper. Now, okay. Oh, so this is Großdeutschland here. Was actually more of a regiment. So these are still as regiments. So this is yeah, okay, this isn't quite right. The police Polizei division, which is a bunch of infantry, and Totenkopf, which this is more back because Totenkopf and Das Reich were actual divisions by the start of 39, and I do believe Großdeutschland was part of Das Reich at the point. But so we now have that. Now what we can do here is I haven't upgraded the motorized divisions. Research after June. Okay, so we'll do this. This is going to cost us 10 political points, so we'll do that as well. Now also production. We now have some more iron and whatnot. Well, what we're going to do here, and more aluminum. Let's check our support equipment here. Okay, we need anti-tank. So we want to do that, and support equipment, okay, pretty good. Need more support tanks. And more medium tanks. We need more of everything, people. Just about. Alright, so, well, let's fill out this line here. Now we should, okay, we're not yet back to trading with, would get another. Bit in the Soviet Union there. Okay, and can we, yeah, reactivate core steel mill. That's what we want to do. Now, another thing I did see here, we're going to add or get the develop Friesland oil field, so we'll do that. What's the composition of the Panzer divisions? Okay, well, we can, well, right, easiest to show it right here. They are, I guess, just okay. We have 2 battalions of medium tanks. The rest are light tanks. Only 2 battalions of infantry. Really, by this point in history, we should get rid of 2 or 3 battalions of tanks and add a couple of battalions of motorized infantry. How are we doing for trucks? 7,000. I know that would mean the stuff fighting in North Africa. Maybe we'll wait a little bit on that. Wouldn't have enough power here. Okay, and we want to also see about grabbing or starting this up here. That's taken most of our political power, but was there something I wanted to do more and eat in, or we'll just wait on? Don't remember. I am definitely not against a bunch of these things costing political power. I'm just thinking it's being dribbled out a little too little. Okay. Yeah, right now, well, I think we will form the Reichskommissariat for Norway soon. And what is our current with doing issuing? Okay, 62. I think we're waiting on issuing. Okay, back to the exciting action. Okay, we got another division in there holding the line. Got some more reinforcements coming. On those guys. Fill the pocket. Okay, that looks like a stable front line with a pocket formed. Attack up there, which looks like we will succeed in holding. They built that up pretty strong there. They're getting pushed back, but maybe the Italians will advance. Come on, guys. The Germans are just here to help. They're not here to do everything for you. Okay, well, let's step back to here again. Now we've got 8 more tungsten. So what I want to do is open up a new line of anti-tank guns. Now we've got a lot of aluminum, but we don't have a lot of rubber. We are constructing a lot of factory or synthetic refineries. But we shouldn't, now that we do have the steel and we do have iron here, we should put it to use. I would like, well, we have, what's Arno's? Hello, Starstreak. You know, if that was my Italy, power would have been taken over. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Okay. Trucks take rubber. We currently have a cushion of 7,000 trucks. Oh, let's also see about oil, Soviet Union. Let's grab up that. So what I think, because I want more aircraft, so what I think I want to do here is at least reduce that by 5. No, aircraft are important here. Okay. I know that, but I want to increase Condor production. That. I mean, I know we're playing with negatives down here. Okay, these guys, I'm not going to end their production line, but they get to go to the bottom. So we got a lot of the reconnaissance aircraft. And transports are also down at the bottom because I think I have enough. Okay, and that is 5. So, what else in here? Okay, that's where our rubber stops. And we're squeezing out some of these with minimum rubber. Okay, that is better. Well, we've got the steel. We've got some reserves. Well, I don't know. What is our heavy infantry equipment? Okay, 20,000. 29,000. Oh no, that's light. Heavy infantry 20,000. Yeah. Reasonably good. Artillery, heavy, reasonably good. Maybe we should see about heavy artillery here. Okay. Takes tungsten. Well, let's do that. But let's see about coming down here. Tungsten, more from Portugal, because we are fairly close, and I don't know if we have to go through the sea to get Portugal. Oh, this. I want to take this off. There. Oh, and mentioning that, I need to change. I want to change some things. Okay, Type 9. We're going to keep making the Type 9s, keep making the Type 9s. We're going to stop making the Type 7s once we get that completed. But, and we're going to keep making, where are they? I thought we still had some. Am I just blind? Oh, no, here we are. Okay, I want you, I know one of you appeared down. Let's see, I want you to show up here. No, that didn't work right. Boy, I don't like the interface here, maybe. Oh, no, it did work right. Okay, West Streams, as opposed to, we have Type 9s. I want to specify down here, I think. All right, yep. Because we have these here, and I don't know how, I know how the Dresden here got built, I think, in here. So what we're going to do is not all, and for some reason it also got these are all Type 9s. Good. That's Type 7. Type 7, Type 9. Okay. Oh, what I got a I got a Type 7 in here. Can I just move that there? Good. Select. Is there a? No, they're all Type 7. Okay. Here we go. I want to have these guys convoy raid out here. So now we've got the whole Atlantic cut off from the Americas. What's Arno trying to say? Nice, you have a lot of heavy tanks. Well, not as make the Graf Zeppelin. No, Arno, we are. This is too desperate time. This is not happy production time where we get to just make a lot of things. Okay, SS High Command is finished. Now what? And here I want to do this. Do foreign recruitment here. Now, partially just doing all this to show you off, to show off what. Well, maybe it takes a bit for the decision to appear. So you know what's going on with the mod. We don't have steel still. Okay, we're in positive steel now again because no one's buying my steel. Yes, exactly, Star Street. They're attacking there, but I got 2 Panzer divisions that'll hold that line. Hopefully. Don't know how those guys got way back there. Push forward. Come on, hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. Don't collapse, don't collapse. No, you collapsed. Damn, you collapsed. Ah, good. Let's do more Type 9 submarines. Go. So you guys join in with that push. Close the gap. The sandstorm. Did I send down aircraft? Yes, okay, good. We do have... Don't have air supremacy, though. And yes, I'm sure if Ari was running Italy, he would have air supremacy. Well, let's look. Do we have fighters? Yeah, let's generate a new fighter squadron here. Yeah, okay. Okay, once that's formed up, we'll send them down. If they made nice aircraft and streamlining it would have helped. Using machine cannons instead of guns makes it strong enough versus pretty much anything. Yeah, I think America did quite well with its mostly heavy machine gun fighter aircraft. I am a big fan of the 50 cal. Okay, yeah, you might hold. We have reinforcements coming, as long as you do hold temporarily. Kill the pocket. Just gotta keep killing the pockets. The pockets out. We can do another Type 9 submarine. There we go. Now we could do some more. What? It's rubber that's really sort of killing us right now. How much is it? One rubber per? No, it's cobalt. Ooh, okay. I should be doing more of this. Okay, there we go, and, there we go. Yeah, we should have been doing more of that all the time. I thought those tanks needed rubber. I guess it's not a, I guess other things are higher priorities. Obviously, they do use rubber in reality, but okay, now we are here. They're being squeezed down into here. Before that is allowed to do too much. See if we can break through here. I know they have some medium tanks. But so do we. No, not terribly many. We can come back and cut maybe up like this. Okay, signal company. That will help. That will help, but I'm still more of an infrastructure. Okay, improved air bases, great, nice. But maybe not so critical. Okay, 500 days. 43, 500 days. So this would come about in 42 sometime. We'll just incrementally get better. Yeah, I guess we will. We could use the oil and other critical things. Oh, and just so you guys know, I know some of you know Tinky. Sebastian is Tinky, or yeah, from a different service or watch many U.S. aircraft. When I was young, we had some Pacific Squadron series over here, but it was quite patriotic and not realistic whatsoever, just a fun show. Oh, okay, cool. Let's also send you down there. The Italians to hold the line in the north. Yeah. Darien falls ill. Okay, we got another division defending down there. Good. There. Sweden opens up trade. Good. Okay, so that now, Rommel's down there too. Rommel has 2 divisions. He is not yet. Okay, what? He's 88% progress to level 3. I think he's criminally under qualified here. I want to make sure. I want to get him a full general so he can get 6 more armies before I give him any other sort of tactical promotion here. But he's down here too. Okay, you and you join that attack. I want to keep it going. Okay, Italy declared war on the Kingdom of Greece. Just what we needed right now. Yes, just what we needed right now. Okay, we could do this, but I don't know that it's worth that just yet. 42. We're going to do this. Research speed, speeding up everything. Well, let's look around here. We can just pause the clock to look. Improved medicine. probably where we should go. But if we wait 30 days to start it, we'll research more efficiently when we do start researching it. So we'll do that. Now, okay, I think, well, maybe, right. We did a little while ago. I think it's done. We'll see. We did a create SSI command. And what it did do, which is pretty cool, it dropped in, instead of having them there generically, it dropped in some of the historical SS leaders here. And, well, right now, in 1940, Sepp Dietrich was just the commander of Liebstandarte, and he was that. These guys sort of make up together. Well, let's take a look at it. We do the okay. So now it's as a proper division. We did the thingy, the decision here. So we have, and now Gross Deutschland. See, now this Gross Deutschland is not an SS unit, not the division that was late war. It was an army unit, so I don't know if, but there, I thought, and Arno or somebody wants to look it up, I thought SS Division number 4 was Viking. But definitely, I think commanding it, I said definitely, but I think it's Hauser for Das Reich at this point. But he'll get we'll give him 2 units, not just standard. And Totenkopf, we don't have, we don't have Eichmann. He was just a moderately good, I think, division commander and a evil concentration camp and other kind of camp leader who was evil. Not that I'm missing him as a personality, but we'll put Kruger here. And we'll also give Kruger the Polizei division. Oh, 4th is, well, okay, 4th is Polizei. Well, okay, 4th is Polizei. Thank you, Arno. Maybe it should be, because maybe this should be the 5th or something. I don't know. Because Gross Deutschland was sort of a super division that eventually becomes a corps late in the war. Okay, Tinky, no. It was not an elite police, as far as I know. It's a police division that was formed by Himmler using military training, because a lot of policemen had also gone through the military, and so he forms up with leftover junk equipment that he scrounges around, forms the Polizei division that operates starting for the first military operation in Poland. I would not call it elite. It was unmotorized, so its equipment isn't elite. It doesn't have particularly good training, and I wouldn't call it particularly, ideologically enthusiastic. Where Liebstandarte, Das Reich, Viking, they are much better equipped. They have ideological elites, and they've also had better training schedules than standard soldiers, shall we say. More training time and whatnot is lavished on them. So I would consider them elite. Eventually, Polizei becomes this is my evaluation from years of reading. Polizei eventually becomes an SS division, but doesn't start out as an SS division. Yeah. Yeah, Grenadiers, eventually everything's called Grenadiers just about, Volksgrenadiers by the end. Not an elite in the army sense, but our police usually isn't armed with guns, so having heavily armored police force is elite. Okay, okay, as in, yeah, yeah, if you want to look at it from a police perspective, not as a military perspective, then I could see it that way. I could see it that way. If because and I really because I've read about Polizei. I have a bunch of books on the Waffen SS. Some are series that cover the different divisions and whatnot. Um, and I don't remember, but Polizei first action is in like I said, going into uh, Poland. But it stood up before then, but they didn't really know when Poland was going to happen. So I don't think it was scraped together just to like get there in time for that military action. I think it was just simply Himmler wanting more quote unquote troops and maybe wanting a police unit that was sort of like but then, you have the Ordnungspolizei. I'm sure I'm butchering it, the order police. And they were armed with rifles, pistols, machine guns, light machine guns, kind of thing. Not artillery, not, well, unless they acquired it, because you will find photos of the, in the Eastern Territory, the order police, the Ordnungspolizei, or however you pronounce it, in the East, with a captured Russian tank, light tank, some junky thing. And these are the guys that are running internal security and doing a lot of the mass executions. Uh, Not well, okay. Well, it's sort of a strange tale with the police and the SS. So to be in the SS, particularly in 1940, you got to do all this genealogical um, history to prove that you have 100 years pure Aryan BS, all this kind of stuff that you had to have to be a proper member of the SS. They by 1940 they've gotten rid of a bunch of the Alte Kameraden, the old comrades, SS that couldn't prove all this stuff, but they're also sort of old dudes anyways. Guys from the 1920s, mid and late 1920s, got rid of a lot of them. Uh, Professionalized the organization better. I mean, there's still a death organization, but professionalized it better from the earlier days. And so you have all this stuff, and not all the SS, because you have and again, sorry, Tinky and other Germans, I butcher the words, I'm sure. The Gemein SS or the General SS, they're not military units, though they do get weapons training, base small arms. But all the SA, all of the SA are getting, rifle training, grenade throwing training, you know, you know, introductory military training, shall we say. All the SA is getting that. And the HJ, the Hitler Youth, is getting that too. So but so you have a lot of these general SS guys that aren't like, that they're not physical defectives, but they're not like, tough super soldiers either. They're just, ideological right thinking, and they, want to be in charge of the secret police and whatnot. Now they're the SS. Now all the police out there are just Germans. They're just the German police. They don't have to go through all of this rigmarole to be a policeman. Yeah, they've gotten rid of all the Jews, of course, and they've gotten rid of all of the the whether it's the hardcore left leaning types or just your sort of moderate types. They've all been gotten rid, politically thinking, gotten rid of from from the police. So those all been gotten rid of. Eventually, as time goes on, the police is sort of militarized in its well. Okay, the police is also chaotic, organized that they inherit from the Weimar Republic. Like all the police in Prussia are under Goering because he is the president of Prussia for a while. He's actually, like where, while there's still Hindenburg is president of Germany, Hitler is chancellor of Germany, Goering is president of Prussia. So he has the Gestapo, and I am pronouncing it that way correctly, which sort of does a slight name change. It's sort of a weird history I won't go into now, but it's sort of the political police of the Prussian police. Okay, so, well, all this is sort of rationalized over time. This is all starting in, like, what I described happened sometime in 1933. Over the years, it's sort of rationalized. It's, all of the police get eventually put under Himmler. Some of it was under Wilhelm Frick. Some of it is under Goering. Himmler's coming in. Himmler's internal power structure building. Well, by the time you get to, I think it's like 1942, police ranks they use military terms like general, like captain, instead of, other sort of police ranks. By, like, again, I'm not sure on the dates. Please, people, if you want to know these things, you can look them up, but, like the exact dates. But all of the police generals also have to be members of the SS. So you get people like Delug, and again, I'm probably butchering his name. So a lot of these names that I've just ever read, and I don't hear them enough to maybe know how to do it. Sometimes you'll see him in his police uniform, and sometimes you'll see him in his SS uniform, photographed. So depending on the role of the day that he's playing, he's sometimes in the SS and sometimes uniform and sometimes in the police uniform. So all of the general ranks, and if there's anything above it, I don't know, or whatever, of the in the police departments have to be SS members. So the SS has gotten control of all the police. They run it all, but the standard policeman doesn't have to meet SS requirements. Eventually, Polizei, the division, is transferred formally into the SS at some point. So it does become an SS division over time, but not early on. So it's all a convoluted history, and it's still there. Yeah, most police guys are still from Prussian times, the old commissars. Yeah, there's a lot of that, and I'm not even going to pronounce. Okay, back to the Desert War. But we can now form either functionally a division commander or a small corps commander under the SS here, if we so choose. And it's so messy, and it brought so many problems. All the structure was terrible. Unify the forces, just the Wehrmacht, and it's done. Well, yeah. Well, Germany's inherited a lot of the work that the Nazis did to this day. My understanding, again, I'm no expert on it, but my understanding is that there was a bunch of different types of German spoken in Germany. In essence, different correct spellings of words. It's the Nazis that sort of unify the language. And a lot of other political structures that are, I'm going to say, left over even from the old Holy Roman Empire that moves into the sort of the reformed era of the Napoleonic Wars, and the post-Napoleonic Wars. with all the different, the idea that Prussia had a few possessions way out here, and all, it's rationalized. Germany's rationalized by the Nazis from all of its ancient BS, and they still use a lot of it. But in hindsight, they put lost because he met Grandma. Okay, I don't quite entirely get that. Yes, thanks for that, Arno. If everyone wants to watching on YouTube. Italy lays claim to Greek territory. Well, we'll see how Italy does this. Now, I hope my friend Ari, who's going to be playing Greece here, hope he is well prepared and only attacks Greece once he knows he can do it, and maybe even with a naval invasion or two. But I think at this point, we're going to end this episode. The live stream is going to keep going, and those watching live understand that in about an hour or so, we're going to switch over from this playthrough to the multiplayer with a bunch of people, hopefully all working out well this week. But we are going to be doing that as well. But this episode is over. Thank you so much. I want to thank Tim, Strongarm, Niagro, Timothy, Sirtoyjet, Gary, and the Hoffmanator for support over on Patreon. But everybody else, just lick the like button and please post a comment. That's all I ask. It really helps out the channel so much.